What is up, YouTube? JankyYGO here. My name is Michael. Last episode, we talked about Heraldic beasts. This one, we're playing them. And I can't wait to get destroyed. Oh, boy. Time to lose. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do anything, because this card doesn't really do much. Except for set up the grave. That's all it does. Our opponent could be playing like anything. Heraldic Beast or a janky deck. I mean, they have a really high ceiling. This is a more pure, janky version. Oh, our opponent's also not doing the best. Unfortunately, we didn't draw anything. If we drew a monster, we actually would have been in pretty good shape. But oh well, we'll just attack. Ah, our opponents are playing Mecha Phantom Beast. That's... Huh. Oh. Hey, a janky deck versus a janky deck. That's good to see. It's been a long time since I've seen anyone play this deck. This kind of makes me happy that there's still fans of this deck. Mecha Phantom Beast, like, they weren't ever a really good deck. However, I always kind of thought they were cool because the only thing that made them, like, quote unquote bad was that, like, they didn't have they were really slow, and that's about it. But they're like the only dedicated token deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! Or they were for a long time, I should say. So yeah, we'll get this back with the Aberconway. We'll use this effect to summon this. There are two monsters on the field, so we can special summon this. We use Unicorn. We'll normal summon. And then we can go for a really big play, a cool play. We make this Bujin. We use the Bujin's effect. We send this specifically. We'll get back the Unicorn. It gets special summoned. Then, I should have summoned this in attack mode. We'll use this effect. We'll get another Hat Tricker. And then we'll special summon the Hat Tricker. We're going to go to battle phase. Let's attack. Okay. So it can't be destroyed by battle or by card effects while they control the token. That's fine. And then I think this is the best play. We're gonna make Giant Hand so we can negate anything. Or we can negate monsters. Or their effects anyway. Our opponent's not in a very good spot, unfortunately. Mecha Phantom Beast aren't the greatest of decks. However, it's, you know, we're not playing exactly a very powerful deck either. So it's a kind of like a fair-ish matchup. Welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh! By the way, back in like early 2014. Sometimes, you know, you would just set a monster, pass, or make a 1xyz and pass depending on the deck. And then sometimes you would, you know, make all these crazy plays. It just depended on the deck. I should have used this effect right here. What do we have in the grave? Okay. So we're going to activate this effect. And we're going to summon this. Our opponent has 2 face downs, so one of them also might be their trap card that makes a token. So we're going to try to get rid of that. Oh, Shadow Impulse. Okay, they're playing the Synchro build. I can't use that effect. We're going to move this to attack mode. I'm going to attack over this. We're going to attack over this. And then we're going to attack over this. We're going to attack them in the face. If our opponent, what's funny about our board too, is that if it gets sweeped, we're actually fine. Like if they play a Raigeki or a Dark Hole here, we're actually kind of fine. We lose our board, but it's not the end of the world because Heraldry Patriarch actually wants to be in the grave. So there's that. Alright, end phase. We're going to use this effect, and we're going to destroy this. Alright, let it die. Okay. And activate this. And get advanced Heraldry Art. Even though we can't activate it. We're going to activate this. Get back Aberconway. And then we go to battle phase. And we attack. Giant Hand can't activate in the damage step, so. Yeah. But that's fine. It's destroyed because of after damage calc. It was already after damage calc when it flipped. So, it's already treated as being destroyed. Our opponent's in a really, hard spot, which is unfortunate. We can't do anything because this card restricts to Psychic XEs and Heraldic Beast monsters when it activates effect. However, we have recovery plays and advanced Heraldry Art now, and like I said, it's gonna be pretty hard for our opponent to come back from this. I don't really see a good way to do it. They have options, right? They can Raigeki us, because as we saw, they were already playing Dark Hole. So they could Dark Hole us. They could Raigeki us. I think our opponent's given up. Yeah, that's unfortunate, kinda. Our opponent kind of bricked and got to show us why not a lot of people play Mecha Phantom Beasts. If we had this crazy combo deck, our opponent probably would have scooped it up a lot earlier. But you can kind of see that this deck is pretty decent at grinding out incremental value. It's definitely not on the level of something like Frogs or anything like that. But it's a fun deck. I like the deck anyway. So if you guys want to see what list I'm running, this was it. I kind of threw it together. These were cards that almost made the list, and I ended up cutting. I cut a third one of that. I cut Castell because one Silent Honor Arc. Castell is a better card. Honor Arc is good is a slightly better in this deck, in my opinion. But other than that, we got 3 Leos, 3 Aberconways, 3 of this card, 2 Trick Clowns, 2 Damage Jugglers, 1 Thousand Blade, 2 Twin Eagles, 2 Unicorns. Mainly because these cards aren't that good in the hand as much as these ones are, because these at least have decent attack. This one summons itself, this one searches if it dies, and this is just an 1800 repeater at the very least. We have 3 Hat Trickers, because Hat Tricker's fine. These 2 cards, mainly because I honestly just needed a way to fill the deck. And I guess I could have played Pot of Desires in this spot. So if you don't want to main deck these, Pot Desires. 3 of this card because it's broken. Or, not broken, but it's real good. I have a Pot of Avarice, I have an Upstart, and I have a Card Destruction. These two, 39 card deck. Everything wants to be in the graveyard anyway. That's why Foolish is in this deck. Reborn, Reborns. This card, as a one-of, is it's alright. You charge up Heraldry, you tribute a monster, and then you summon 2 from the deck. But you can't summon anything from the extra deck except for Psychic or Machine monsters. I could probably build the deck better to suit it, because you could link into those. But unfortunately, I didn't see any good Psychic or Machine monsters that were generic for this deck, so I didn't put any in. At least for links. This is the only Psychic one I'm running, unfortunately. Called by the Grave, just because one of it. One of this, because I wanted another card, and honestly, this card didn't seem that great as another copy, and neither did Avarice. So I put in this. Plus, as you saw in the game, I banished these cards, and I've had like grindy games with this deck mainly against the AI, obviously, but like just because I do use the AI just to test that the deck, can kind of even function. So against the AI, I've had grindy games too, and this card has come in clutch. And then we have 3 of the Field Spell, mainly for filler. The Field Spell also searches this card for recovery later, but it's not that great in the it's not great in the moment. We're gonna go from right to left. Here's the Link monsters. These are the only Link monsters I'm playing. I was gonna play more, but then I was like, I don't need to, so I'm not. This card's just good. This card's just good. I just really like this card. Dweller is real good. Dagusto Emerald is decent. This card's real good. It's good in like lots of situations. Giant Hand's another form of negate. Monarch's good in this deck. Baguska's real good in this deck because a lot of decks, some decks have to struggle to deal with Baguska if you throw it in defense and kind of have to just wait and all that while you through your Baguska. Whatever. I won't save the deck and everything, the changes, but yeah, the Baguska. And if you have Twin Eagle, you can reload the Baguska and just make your opponent miserable. Tornado Dragon, Beast. Just pops the back row and don't have to main too much main deck spell and trap card removal in case it comes up. 2 of these, and then we have the Utopia, the Lightning package, and then we have 1 copy of Amaterasu just for more recovery plays and more plays in general, since everything banishes and you can kind of combo off a little bit with it, but not too much. Anyway, that's it for today. If it is your birthday today, happy birthday. If you want to send me any cool deck profiles or replays, my email is in the description. Please do so. And of course, and as always, have a wonderful day.